Hey guys, it's Mark from Hallmark Pool Supplies. In this video, I'd like to talk to you guys today about how we winterize an in-ground pool. Now, there's a lot of different pools. There's a lot of different variables in pertaining to winterizing your pool. It depends on where you live. It also depends on if your system is level with the pool, higher than the pool, lower than the pool. I will be talking about all these different variables and the different methods on how we can winterize these pools. But for the most part, we're going to show you the general of how most of us are going to winterize a pool. And for you guys out there that have an above ground pool, if you've landed on this particular video, I will post links down below on how to winterize your above ground pool. This one is pertaining to in-ground pools. Before we get started, I want to talk to you guys about some of the items that we'll be talking about in this video, such as water tubes, winter covers, skimmer guards, plugs, and any other related items that I talk about in this video. I will post links down below for you guys that need that. And if you guys have any questions or need any help on any of this stuff, feel free to contact me. I'll be glad to help. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is you want to take a water sample to your local pool store. Make sure your pool is balanced. And for most of us, we will be adding a winter kit. Some chemicals that you're using in pools don't use winter kits. Like for an example, if you're on Aquasil, no winter kit is needed, but you want to make sure the pool is clean. You want to make sure it's balanced. If you have to put a winter kit in, you put a winter kit in, and then we're going to be ready to cover the pool. If you guys need a cover, we do sell covers. It is very, very important to know what size pool you have, and then that way we can get you the right cover. And that's for those of you that need a cover. If you've already got a cover, then you're ready to go. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab what's called a skimmer guard. Sometimes these are called gizmos or called winter tubes, but basically this is a skimmer guard and it's doing exactly what it says. It is a guard that is going to protect your skimmer. So what we do is we come over to your skimmer and we want to remove the lid off the skimmer. We want to remove the basket. And if you'll note, this particular skimmer guard is designed for 2-inch as well as 1.5 inch. This already has O-rings on it. If you don't have O-rings on yours, you can actually Teflon tape it. And then we're going to stick this down into the skimmer and we're going to screw this in. Make sure it's good and tight. And the idea behind this is so that if we do get a freeze, because most of us are going to keep the water level at normal level when we shut the pool down, this will protect the skimmer from freezing. It will actually go in reverse and crush the guard. If you have more than one skimmer, you want to put it in each, so this way we can protect the skimmer. Now we're going to move on to the system. For this demonstration, we're going to be using a Hayward sand system with a Hayward super pump. It is a very common system. If you have a different system, most filters and pumps are going to be winterized and drained in the same fashion, but we're going to show you how we do this. And earlier I talked about pool filter systems being level with the pool, being higher than the pool, or being lower than the pool. For this example, we're going to explain how we're going to winterize this equipment. If you are either higher than the pool or level with the pool, it'll be the same. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is obviously we're going to turn off the pump. And after turning off the pump, we can come over here to the filter and we're going to put this position on the filter to what's called winter, because that's what we're doing. We're winterizing the pool. If you guys don't have winter, you can put it in any non-grooved position as you see here. It's the same thing. We're lifting the diverter so that this way we can allow everything to drain when we start removing plugs and drain caps and things like that. We've got this in the winter position. What we want to do is come over here and unscrew our pressure gauge. And then we want to take our sight glass and we want to unscrew that, removing the sight glass. Then we want to come over here and we want to drain the drain cap on the filter. And by removing this, this is also going to allow the water to drain out of the filter. Then we're going to come over here to the pump. And on this particular pump, we're going to have a plug here in the front that we're going to remove. And there's a plug on the side. And most pumps have 2 plugs, one in the front, one in the back, or one on the side. Sometimes there's 2 on the side. It just depends on what pump you have, but it's very important that we remove those plugs so that will drain all the water out of the equipment. We also want to make sure that the drain line and the skimmer line is open. At this point in time, what I like to do is remove the lid, and then I like to take these items such as your pressure gauge, your drain cap, your drain plugs for your pump, your sight glass. I like to put everything in the pump. This way when we come out in the spring, we know where everything is and we're not looking for something. At this point in time, we have winterized the system, and it is very important that we do it as such because If plumbing freezes, it's one thing to replace a pipe, but you definitely don't want to accidentally not unscrew the cap on the filter, because if the filter freezes, that's a very expensive mistake, and you don't want to be buying a filter. So always make sure you've got your valve on winter, you've removed your sight glass, your pressure gauge, your cap on the tank, your plugs on the pump, making sure your valves are open. We've got the skimmer guard in the skimmer. We've got the pool covered and balanced, winter kits put in, and that's how we winterize the pool. If you guys have a chlorinator or a heater on your system, it's also very important to make sure that the heater is drained and that your chlorinator is drained. And there's a lot of different chlorinators on the market as well as heaters, and most of them have drain plugs so that you're able to extract the water out of those so that they don't freeze. Now let's talk about winterizing a system if the pool is higher than the system and the system is lower than the pool. Well, in this case, what we want to do, if the system is lower, and it depends on how much lower the system is to the pool, if we pull the plugs and drain all this, all the water from the pool is going to come down, and it's just going to keep running, and the next thing you know, you're going to have a water loss in the pool. So if we want to keep the water in the pool, what we want to do is we want to close our drain. We can close our skimmer. We're still doing everything else the same way, but this is now going to prevent the water from coming down to the system and draining the pool. So now what we want to do is we want to talk about the return or the return lines, depending on how many you have in the pool. Well, if this is high enough and the water is coming and only getting to a certain point, we're okay. But if the system is really low and the pool is really high, that water will breach here, go in through the tank, and then it's going to drain out and you're going to lose water. So in that particular case, we can go to the pool. You've got jets, such as a return, and you may have more than one. You want to unscrew, and when we do, you're going to have an inlet fitting in the wall as such, and the return fitting itself is in three parts. You've got the retainer ring, the eyeball, and the main piece. Sometimes when we take a return fitting out, this accidentally gets stuck or left into the return fitting. We can't plug it because this is in the way. We have to unscrew this, and sometimes these get a little hard to turn. They do make a key, is what I'm holding here. It's a tool. It allows us to stick this in, and we can unscrew and remove this piece. And now we've got that out, and then we can take a threaded O-ring plug such as this, put it into our return, and this only has to go in hand tight because there is an O-ring on it, and that will prevent the water from coming down through the return and leaking out. But when we do this, there is still water here, and there's also going to be water from the valve down, and it depends on how high or how low the plumbing is or the valves are from the ground. We would insulate, wrap this. You can cover it. If you wrap it or wrap this pipe and want to insulate it, you can do so, but it's very important that you wrap it over with plastic and tape it off really good, because if you wrap this with insulation or a blanket and it gets wet, it defeats the purpose because it's just going to freeze, and then your plumbing line freezes. So it is very important that this is covered and sealed if your pool system is lower, so this way we can prevent this from freezing. And once again, this is pertaining to most of us in the general region of how most of us are going to close a pool down. If you are further up north, it's a completely different process, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. So if you guys decide that you're not going to wrap or insulate this or plug your returns off, another option would be lower the water in the pool below the returns, and then we don't have to worry about the water coming back down through the system and leaking out. It is very important, if we do this, that we get a blower or a shop vac and blow or suck out the lines. As I told you earlier, up north where it gets really, really cold, a lot of the pool owners up there will actually lower the water below the return, and they will actually suck or blow the water out of the lines, because up north it gets so cold, even plumbing in the ground can freeze. I'm in North Carolina, so I'm kind of midway, and most of us are going to just winterize the pool like we showed you in the beginning of the video. But if you guys are up north, it is a completely different process. Most people up north already know this, but if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment or give me a call. I'll be glad to help with any of those questions. And it should be noted that winterizing your pool is a matter of preference. You don't have to. Some people keep their pool open year-round. Some of us shut the pool down and drain the equipment. Choice is yours. It really depends on where you live, but you can do either or. Hopefully you guys found this video to be helpful, and if you'd like, leave a comment down below. Let us know how you winterize your pool and where you guys are from. As always, I do appreciate you guys watching. I want to thank all my subscribers. Definitely remember us at Hallmark Pool Supplies, and definitely subscribe if you haven't done so for future content. I appreciate you guys watching. My name is Mark, and I'll see you guys on the next video.